Welcome to Clean Titans. Today, we're exploring the intersection of technology and sustainability with a leader who's driving the carbon neutrality revolution. We're joined by Pradeep Motwani, CEO Terrablu Climate Technologies. Welcome, Pradeep.
Thanks for hosting me, Mr. Syed Ali.
Lee.
Monday and a holiday year in India.
Your work with Terrablu is at the forefront of using innovative technologies for climate action. Could you share a bit about your journey and what inspired you to focus on this area?
So, pre-COVID, I was working with organizations who were into sustainability and they were into this infrastructure. So, I was little bit tilted towards sustainability and I wanted to give something back before leaving this planet. So, came in my mind climate action, and then I reached out to few of industry giants who have tremendous 25 years of experience that let's build something great. So that's how Terrablu Climate Technologies was born. And they have to bring some change. It should be through technology, through innovation. And now everybody is talking about climate action and green finance, innovation, AI. So it should be done through technology only, according to me. And there is a lot of buzz. People are saying about greenwashing, not proper action. So technology can be leveraged for traceability and transparency. So, according to me, what I think my submission is technology will play a very big role even in green financing because what can be measured can definitely be reduced.
TerraBlue uses SaaS and Web3 solutions to help businesses achieve net zero. Can you explain how these technologies simplify and accelerate sustainability journey?
So, TerraBlue developed a product which evaluates carbon footprint, carbon emissions, and post that we give them consultancy how to reduce it because measuring is the first thing, a first step towards doing something good. So post that we give them and see how to reduce it by using technology like IoT technology to reduce energy emissions and using renewable energies. And by bringing this Web3 technology, we bring trust, transparency, and traceability. Because nowadays, what can be seen is believed. If I am making a statement, I am doing all these things, nobody is going to believe. But if you see, you will believe. And on blockchain, everything is transparently shown. And there is global push towards carbon neutrality. Net zero is a little distant dream, but carbon neutrality is possible for every organization and whoever have set their targets by 2030 for carbon neutrality is practically possible through our SaaS, Greenwise, Scope 1, Scope 2, Scope 3. And nowadays, even investors are their invested companies or they want to invest in companies who follow ESG.
It's critical, especially for that part of the world where the consequences of climate change are going to be very severe, especially in India, right?
Yes.
So, what are the key advantages of using Web3 for carbon accounting and ESG reporting?
So it brings lots of transparency because this is a subject where no big corporate wants to be openly publicize what they are doing. Nobody is ready to share their data, and this ESG reporting and carbon footprint emission recording coming on Web3 will create a lot of positive change because if you do something good people will definitely follow. If a big corporate, a measurable solution, then everybody is going to follow. And through this U policies, there is a very big push, large OEMs, large corporates are pushing their supply chain to report their emission. And I think this will be a game changer because more than 70% of the world's major companies are small and they are indirectly the supply chain of big corporates.
Absolutely. You emphasize transforming sustainability from a responsibility to a strategic advantage. What are some real world examples of businesses benefiting from this approach?
So, according to me, everybody should look at people, planet first. Recently, I was working with an organization which is into they have around 3,000 plus buses operating here in India, and they have a very big team. So, their first step toward reducing their emissions was starting with the journey. They have now got the emissions reported. Now they are going to reduce it, and through the awareness, through giving skills to their team, drivers who are not so educated, they are bringing a change with responsibility. And few big IT giants post their emission reporting, have empaneled them to give services to their employees to and fro from home. Here in India, now people are shifting from old diesel fossil fuels to electric vehicles. So, this responsibility of doing something for their families who are little underprivileged will make a impacting change.
How can companies effectively measure and report their carbon footprint? And what are the benefits of doing so transparently?
So, as I said earlier, also the first steps toward doing something good for companies is to report their emissions. And to measure that, we have a tool called Greenwise, which we offer as a SaaS to enterprises, any size. And our solution is for small, medium enterprises. Then the pricing matters because small medium enterprises half their time goes in getting the orders, half their time goes in managing their cash flows. So now they are getting a push from their OEMs to report. So we have a solution very dynamically priced at only $1,250 organization. In that, we cover scope 1, scope 2, scope 3 reporting, and then we give them solution how to reduce it. And once they start reducing, the big corporates, their vendors whom they are supplying, are giving them additional orders. Bank is supporting them with green finance at subsidized prices. So there are multiple intangible benefits. The biggest differentiator is marketing. You can market yourself as a sustainable brand by reducing it. And we this buzzword, little negative buzzword of greenwashing, we have taken 100-acre land in which we will be planting trees. Those small medium enterprises, whatever they are doing their emissions, will buy carbon credits from our blockchain marketplace to offset it, and they will plant their trees. Whatever total emissions they are doing, they will plant those trees, and we will capture it with a very good story to showcase to the world that here the companies are ready to become leaders of transformation through real actions, not just by greenwashing.
You've talked about the importance of collaboration and compassion in driving sustainable growth. How does TerraBlue foster these values in its operations and partnerships?
So there was a one famous quote from a great leader that if you want to grow, walk alone, and if you want to grow global, make collaborations. So we are a technology company. We offer our tools, AI tools to report their emissions. Then we give them advice. Our system generates reports how to reduce it. This is our part. but we don't offer IoT solutions. So we have collaborated with a company which offers these services. And recently, last week, we collaborated with a organization called Farm ERP. They are end-to-end agri solutions where they can predict how the crop is going to come, what challenges will be there, what is the soil, whether the biochar which they are using is really removing the carbon from the nature. So these type of collaborations will give larger benefit to the farmer communities. And I think the real heroes are our farmers. Everything, and this climate change is affecting them the most. There are in here in India now there is a summer. In summer we are facing rains. Who is at loss? The farmers. And if they don't produce for us, who will? Should support this. We should empower the farmers. They are the community which needs our support. So individually, I cannot do, neither my organization can do. But through collaborations, we are going to do some good for all the communities involved.
How does TerraBlue help to empower all stakeholders?
So we have multiple offerings. One is our SaaS product. Then the real heroes are people who green projects, reforestation, or biochar based agriculture, or regenerative agriculture, or people or companies who are installing renewable energy sources. So we support them. We take their projects to registries, get them registered, do the documentation part, then get it verified and validated by third party auditors to generate carbon credits for them, and helping that community to have some financial benefits so they can again reinvest in those type of projects, making a sustainable change. And we have launched academia as well, wherein we are giving this education training to college students, corporate professionals, engineering college students, because they are our future. If they know everything about sustainability, because these are all fancy words. Students don't know G protocol, what is scope 2, 3. Small sustainable practical practices can have a larger effect on the entire world. So we are actively participating for the development of our future generations so that they can bring a change, a revolution, because neither corporate nor government can 100% is required. The change has to come from you and me. And if we take baby steps also, we are definitely going to reach there.
You've talked about new pyramids being sustainable companies. How do you see the future of business and sustainability?
So this is a very interesting question, and I am very passionate about medium organizations becoming the change. I will cite Indian example. There are about 57 million small medium enterprises in India, and SEBI has mandated 250 listed companies by market share report their scope 3 emissions. And 70% of these small medium enterprises are in supply chain of those 250 companies like Tata Motors, Mahindra, Bajaj, ITC. So these 70% account tentatively about 40 million enterprises. And if they can reduce their emissions, it will bring a lot of positive change towards sustainability. And they are the backbone of entire globe, these small medium enterprises. And currently there are no solutions targeted towards them, and we at TerraBlue have specifically developed a very tool is what is said is it's most easier than even Excel.
How do you see companies balancing profit and purpose?
So there is no rocket science in that. Currently, everybody, a businessman, a company always sees profit first. So they are little reluctant to invest upfront because in this sustainable journey, the ROI is going to a lot of time to get the profits coming into the business. But if we start small and do few changes like renewable energy, so you will get 30-40% benefit. And here in India, banks are supporting for green finance. They are giving at very, very rates, almost 4 to 5%. They are giving subsidy on that to promote renewable energy. And once
Nice.
all these things are in place, there will be, we can see the change.
As an ESG strategist, what are the most critical factors businesses should consider when developing their sustainability strategies?
So, first, they should report whatever they are doing and they should include social responsibility because if you empower your people, they are definitely going to pay you back. I have seen in organizations where during COVID there was lot of chaos, but the organization supported their employees, they empowered them, and now those organizations are doing their turnover more than 3x, 4x what they used to do. Only because the people have now found a sense of responsibility. That's its responsibility to do something good, the practices. So the organization should definitely support their team, their passion, give them opportunities to grow, the skill trainings of AI, ML, machine learning, sustainable courses, how to report, everything should be given to them to transform. And once you get good ESG score, there are lots of investors ready to invest money in your company so that you can start your green journey in a big way. Because for climate action, lot of funds are required. Global organizations are doing their bit, but as organizations, they should implement it, and we at TerraBlue support them to implement. We educate, we calculate, we offset, and we bring a change.
Well, that's great that you were saying that banks are giving guys loans for green energy, so solar, wind, battery, electrification, that kind of things.
Yes.
Are you partnering with any companies that are using renewable energies for those offsets?
Yes, now what we have done is, as I said, we have taken a 100-acre plot for biodiversity forestation, and we are also in final stages of acquiring 250 acres of land wherein we can install 50 megawatt of solar power. And this power will be given to the small medium enterprises through our discom at subsidized prices where they can easily use green energy without investing in it. We will take care of their investments and they will easily get their ROIs.
But if a industry or a business solar on their roof, and how can you partner with them
We
to? And
support them. Yeah, yeah. Starting this green finance, if they want to install solar projects or they want to create some wind energy, if they want, green initiative is supported by TerraBlue.
good. How can companies effectively integrate ESG principles into their core business operations?
Simply by educating, reporting, and going that extra mile for people and planet.
You're a thought leader in climate tech. What are some of the most promising technological innovations that can accelerate the clean energy transition?
There are lots of innovations coming up. I am going to back a project where going to manufacture jet fuel from municipal waste. So we are going to do a small pilot. If it materializes, it will bring a change. All the waste, piles of waste are there. Like we used to see big mountains. Now all this waste at open locations like mountains. So if we can generate jet fuel from that, it will be a game changing sustainable practice. And there are few innovations coming up wherein this packaging industry, now they have reduced using the plastic. They are coming towards using this banana leaves for their packaging purposes. So biodegradable fuel is also coming up. There are lots of innovations coming up. The governments, big corporates should back these type of innovations, because initially startups don't get back for their deep tech initiatives.
How can we ensure that these technologies are accessible and equitable for business of all sizes?
So every organization should keep planet first. They should, big organizations should support deep tech projects. They should support founders who have a vision, because overnight nothing is going to happen. It will take time, and the startups need funding support. And as an angel investor, I back founders who have a vision, a team, and they are ready to experiment. They may fail, but they will learn something and progress. And here in India, our Indian government is backing the startups by giving equity free loans. They are giving us grants to do innovation in agri tech, climate tech, space tech, deep tech. So now the entire ecosystem has started to support, and it starts from its single person, single organization. Now here in India, family offices all are also backing startups, innovative.
That's great. How do you see the role of blockchain and decentralized technologies in enhancing transparency and accountability in carbon markets?
So few years back, there was a story floating on entire Google that companies are double counting their credits. After retirement, also people are trading those credits, because the carbon credits issued by a registry are on a piece of paper. Through blockchain, they can digitalize those things, tokens, real assets, and once you retire it, it's gone from the system. So you can see everything. Transparency will be there, traceability will be there. So Web3 technology and blockchain are going to play key role in carbon markets, carbon credit trading. We at Terrablu have developed a marketplace in which we offer transparent and traceable carbon credits. And now in India, also there is going to be a carbon registry of India at par with
Nice.
Vera and Gold type of registries. So it will be a game changer. Three major countries are going to play a role. One is America, China, and India. So America, Trump has backed out of this Paris Agreement. China is credits are not transparent. So then India will be a global leader by 2030 in the space of carbon credits, and India will be the biggest, largest exporter of nature-based carbon credits attached
Nice.
with major SDG goals.
And India faces a lot of unlivability or expanding around the world and in some parts in India as well. So that will be great.
Yeah, this is all to climate change. Nowadays, during monsoon, we are receiving accurate rainfall. But in some places, the rainfall is so heavy that it's becoming a cloudburst type of thing. And in few places, there is no rain. So this is all due to climate change. And Indian government has taken this very seriously and they are doing whatever best they can by supporting the startups who want to innovate and bring solutions to these type of things.
What are the challenges and opportunities in scaling these technologies for widespread adoption?
The biggest challenge is awareness. Small companies are now talking about sustainability, but they don't know how to do it because these sustainable solutions are very costly. They think, and through awareness, we can we can scale in a very big way. Like initially, when Amazon brought this thing, app, you can purchase anything. So people were reluctant to go. But now everybody uses Amazon, Flipkart, online groceries, everything. People are now ordering on online because that particular thing was scalable through technology. And in this climate space also, I think if awareness is there, adoption will be there, and adoption will bring the change, a positive change. And I'm happy to see that big organizations are creating awareness. They are organizing camps for small medium enterprises. They in that camps they are giving them training, understanding about GHG protocol, scope 1, scope 2, scope 3, reporting thing. And these big organizations are also collaborating with innovative startups like Terrablu, which is giving very solutions.
Cost and reduction can be massively beneficial to these organizations, right?
Yes.
You're also an angel investor. What are some of the trends you're seeing in climate tech investment?
So if you are a startup having some big problem solution, even pre-revenue startups are getting from venture capitalists. They are ready to back them up because suddenly investors want to invest in sustainable organizations, climate tech innovative companies. And because this space is very new, the credibility factor of the startup is missing. So what we have done in Terrablu to bring credibility is we are a Web3 technology. We have brought in advisors who have very good reputation. Like we have brought in Motor's youngest CIO, Mr. Jagdish Belwal. We have brought in Mr. Pitambar
Nice.
Chaudhary. He is ex managing director of CDSL Repositories Limited. Then we have brought in Mr. Jay Singh Marwa. He is trustee of a institution called Indus Business School. We are collaborating them for academia. Then the biggest advisor we have got is Professor Vinod. He has 4 decades of experience and he is founder member of National Disaster Management Authority. He is part of UNICEF. He is part of WHO, World Bank, UN Council, Asia, Africa, Cancer, and leader in climate resilience and global policy. So, and have brought in Mr. Jamshed Mistry, international legal advisors founder for legal things because we are going global. There will be lots of challenges. These type of people bring credibility to a startup. And once you have these faces, the investors are ready to back up. And for a startup like ours, we don't even get an appointment to meet these type of great people. But the way we presented ourselves, we are doing few good works for farmers. We are not charging them as our responsibility. We may be a small startup now, but we think we have to pay them, pay forward.
Excellent. What advice would you give to startups looking for funding in this space?
Solve a problem which is not solvable, and there will be investors backing you up. Do something out of the box because all the innovations, It may be Airbnb, it may be Tesla, it may be Zepto, it may be Terrablu, have come out of a small idea and they have solved a big problem.
How do you see the global landscape of carbon markets evolving? And what role do you believe India and other developing economies will play?
So this carbon market will play a very big role for this climate space because the companies who reduce their carbon emissions will be the leaders in their respective fields, and the corporates will support them, funding companies will support them. They can project themselves as sustainable leaders, and India is going to play a very big role because we are the youngest country, having more than 60% of working population under 30 years. So we have another 2, 3 decades with us going forward to bring change. Now the youth here is innovating because big organizations of US, UN, and are backing us because of the space we are in, the way we are innovating. And transparency in the entire process will be a key.
What are the biggest challenges in standardizing and scaling carbon markets globally?
Will be a challenge because there are multiple registries. Vera is there, Gold is there, Carbon Registry of India is there. So many registries are there. Everybody is issuing the credits. Uh, Awareness is not as set principles in place, but according to me, everyone should unite and take this fight against climate change. And these carbon offsets are going to play a very big role, nature-based credits. And through these carbon offsets, voluntary, mandatory will definitely change how we see the corporates, the organizations.
Yeah, the change train is moving and moving fast and moving in one direction.
Yes, it's like act now or
Pay later, right? Emphasize leading with purpose. What does this mean to you, and how do you instill this value in your team and the broader community?
so my entire team is very, very about change, sustainable practices. We, in our office, we don't use conditioners. In this summer heat also, we are not using a AC. Twice a week, I come to office by walking. My
Right.
team is using, few of them are using electric vehicles. So what we say, we should do, and we should lead. Just if we only preach sustainability, sustainability, it's not in our actions. So then it's not of any use. So whatever we say, we do, and we show it to the world. To us means about sustainability. And as much as possible, we don't use plastic bottles. We don't use one-time usage things. In our office, we drink water in normal glasses, not in plastic bottles. No plastic usage is there. So these small steps, even when I go to some conferences or to colleges to give talks, during my talk, I always tell those young students, don't use plastic bottles.
Excellent. So you're leading by example. That's great. How do you measure the impact of TerraBlue's work beyond traditional financial metrics?
Sir, see, Terrablu is an organization. We are working to bring some good change, and we give free of cost education to the students who cannot pay, to underprivileged students. We give them opportunities for internships to learn because I am able to get a change through students. They are the future. And if they implement in their lives, because nowadays you can see all these buzz around social media, these young students, whatever they do, they post on social media. So if they are doing something good, they will post it. And through them, their circle of friends will get to know about it. And a step towards sustainability, a single step, can have a very lasting effect.
What are the biggest challenges in driving widespread adoption of sustainable practices in the business world?
So everybody knows this is the time to implement, but until the government, until the large corporates, large don't push their supply chain, it will be a challenge because everybody is working for profit. And in businesses, we should work for profit. But if this big push and support the small, medium enterprises, they will benefit beyond profit. And through education, through awareness, we can achieve this.
How can we overcome resistance to change and foster a culture of sustainability?
So one liner is by taking responsibility. And I see a lot of young professionals taking responsibility. I have seen VPs, of companies using a cycle to and fro to work. They are carrying cloth bags with them when they go. I have seen women, especially the younger women, who used to say their elder generations that all this cloth and all is out of fashion. Now they themselves are carrying these cloth bags and preventing plastic use. They are reducing their waste. They are separating the waste, wet waste. Now the awareness is there. So if we take responsibility, we can bring the change. All the solutions can be scalable. Without a sense of responsibility, nothing is going to happen.
For businesses and individuals looking to make a meaningful impact in the clean energy transition, what practical steps do you recommend?
Because this industry, this space is changing a lot of solutions are coming. I will recommend them to aware of new innovations, be on social media, by watching Clean Titans, by coming on LinkedIn, joining sustainable communities, because a lot of things are happening. And a small step or a small idea which we get through this social media thing or through communities, if we can implement that, we can make a change.
How can they stay informed and engaged in the evolving field of sustainability and climate tech?
By researching what new is happening in this space, by following startups who are leaders, by joining communities, they can easily get up to dates of what new is happening. How is regenerative organic farming helping farmers, helping communities? How is this scope one? Scope be more active on social media, communities, thought leaders. They should attend webinars to stay informed.
Pradeep, this has been an insightful conversation. Your vision for a world where purpose and profit are harmonized is truly inspiring. Thank you for sharing your expertise with us.
Thank you, Mr. Syed Ali, for hosting me. And it was a privilege to be part of Clean Titans. And I hope during my lifetime, I am able to make some change, pay back to the society, do some great work in sustainability.
Excellent. And to our viewers, thank you for joining us on Clean Titans. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us for more inspiring stories and insights into the clean energy revolution. Until next time, stay purposeful and keep innovating. And if you have any questions, please ask them in the comments and tell your friends about us.